When I was a little kid, I listened to basically anything adults would say to me. My mom says something, I believe that as the truth. My dad says something, I believe that as the truth. My grandparents tell me something, I believe that as the truth. My teachers tell me something, I believe that as the truth. And I'm sure we all did this basically. We were stupid, we didn't know anything as a little kid. And even if our mom told us something like, oh, if you don't brush your teeth, the tickle monster is gonna come get you and chop your balls off, or something stupid like that, just to get us scared, we'd still believe that. But jokes aside now, the reason why I bring up all of this is because for a long time, I didn't question my own beliefs and what I held from a very, very young age, what was taught to me by my parents and my teachers. But that wasn't until I was reading a book, and it brought up optimism and pessimism. And the definition I had for optimism, more importantly, was just being positive, expecting good things to happen and all that sort of stuff. But the definition the book brings up is basically the same, but it's a lot easier to understand, and it kind of got me thinking. It defined optimism as having hope. Now, these two things are basically the same thing. Being positive and expecting good things and having hope are essentially the same thing. There's no real difference in terms of actual definition, but it's being so much simpler, having only two words rather than just being positive, which I feel is a little bit more abstract. But hope is something that I think we all can feel. We can all understand a little better than just being positive. We're not always positive, but we've all had hope at some point, hoping that our parents did something, hoping that something happened, or maybe we're playing a game, RNG's rolling, we're hoping for that jackpot to roll. Whatever it is, we've all had hope at one point. Now, I'm not asking you to define every single little thing that you've ever learned, that you've ever believed. Because, well, that kind of just throws your whole world upside down, and I'm not trying to send you into a psych ward. I'm just asking you to start to redefine some of the things that you believe and you think about. These things change. As time goes, we become different, the world becomes different, and so many things of this world need to be redefined, need to be changed. And that goes for a lot of the things that we think about and we believe. So don't go on and think about and try and redefine beliefs that don't really affect you on a day-to-day basis. I'm not asking you to go and redefine every single term in the dictionary. And even the example that I brought up with optimism isn't something that you should really go out there and try to redefine, because, well, it's not something that you'll really think about every single day, every moment. But actually go ahead and redefine the things that you'll genuinely think about on a day-to-day basis. And these are really general things like, what you want in life, what you value in life, and maybe what you consider as success. Because a lot of these big general things were fed to us when we were little kids, and we just continue following that narrative that our parents gave us, that our teachers gave us. Maybe when we were a little kid, our parents and teachers constantly told us that education is valuable, valuing each other is valuable, working hard is valuable. All these things are generally good, but they might not fit what you truly want for yourself. Because most of you watching are around the same age as me. And at this point, you have enough thought and enough brain power to actually think for yourself and to develop a sort of plan, goals for yourself. And your parents don't have to baby you every single day. You can think for yourself and you can define things. So consider what you've been kind of wanting recently. And although you might make these assumptions and these redefinitions subconsciously, I find that it really helps to at least bring it to the forefront of your mind, or to even say it out loud. Because then you're truly aware of what you want, where to work for, or where to work towards, and what to actually work for. Having that sense of direction, I believe, and in my experience, is something that's very, very invaluable. It's what kind of lets you move forward. If you don't have a direction, you kind of just roam around doing nothing, honestly. And I don't really like just doing nothing and roaming around. I want to have some sort of direction, and that might just be me, but I'm guessing that some of you out there are going to be a little bit like me, so you probably want a little bit of direction too. And I find doing this helps quite a lot. You might have heard this advice before, but it's always helpful to get a little reminder, and this video is honestly for myself a little bit too, because I need to remind myself that, you know, some things need to be reminded of and some things need to be redefined from time to time. Because, you know, we constantly change from day to day. Not a lot, of course, but it's still a gradual change. I burped. It's still a gradual change day by day, little by little, but that change is still there. So I hope this might have been helpful, or at least, you know, somewhat interesting. With the first example, I'm not sure. This video was kind of just a placeholder for other ideas that I'm currently working on, and I'm just trying to make a big video coming up. So be on the lookout for that, since it has something to do with graduation and all that. But yeah, that's about it for me. So yeah, just stay consistent, stay disciplined, and keep on building that relationship with God. All right? Now give me a kiss. Mwah.